All right, welcome everyone to You Started with Purpose. Now you're just trying to survive. Let's get you back. My name is LaShawanda Moore, and I'm super excited to share with you all tonight. Tonight is very personal to me. I'm not going to be sharing theory, I am going to be sharing real life experience and some of the tips, if you will, tips and ideas, learnings that I have gained along the way through this experience. So so that I see who's in the virtual room, how many of you have started an entrepreneurial journey or a leadership journey and you started with vision, fire, and purpose, like ready to do the thing? How many of you are there? Type a one into the chat if that is you. Go ahead and type one into the chat if that is you. One. Love it, Janine. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. So you knew exactly why you said yes to building your business or stepping into your leadership role, but somewhere along the way, that purpose started to dim under the weight of survival. Anybody ever felt that way before? Like the weight of just surviving kind of dimmed your initial fire that you had. Yes, I love it. Okay. So you were not just working your vision, you were chasing payroll or putting out fires, navigating people problems, and feeling the pressure to perform even when you were running on empty. Anybody can relate to that? I know I can. I've been there. As a corporate leader, a business owner, a wife, and a mother, I have built in the dark. I've succeeded publicly. Everybody saw the smile on my face and my head up high while struggling privately inside. And I know exactly what it feels like to carry the weight of a dream that no longer feels life-giving. But today, we press reset because you are not just here to survive. I'm not just here to survive. We were called to thrive, and I firmly believe that that is what God intends for us to do. You are here on the face of this earth to get back to your purpose, to reignite your power, and to walk boldly into your next level with faith, clarity, and strategy. So if you're ready to shift from surviving to thriving, then let us get to work. Well, before I get going, I want to start off by introducing myself. Before I pour in you today, I want to ground you on my why because everything that I share comes from a place of deep purpose and personal experience. I have committed to using my life, the wins, the wounds, the pivots, and the power to help others unlock the life that they crave. Because I know what it is like to crave more, to want more, more purpose, more peace, more progress. And I also know what it takes to get there. And so I do this, the way I advance my why into the world is that I am a coach, I'm an author, a speaker, a hybrid entrepreneur, a consultant, a mentor, and yes, also a corporate professional. I call myself a hybrid entrepreneur. I have worn many hats. I wear many hats today, and I've learned to navigate from the conference rooms to brokenness, from big stages to behind the scenes. I am a global supply chain leader right now, actually transitioning into a global contract manufacturing leader with a team in Asia, Europe, and the US. But my passion is elevation. And that's why I founded Elevate Success, where I have also built Launch. So you see in my logo today, Launch Entertainment Park. And it's also why I created She Lives Out Loud nonprofit. It is also why I train, speak, and mentor. So this isn't just business for me. To me, this is assignment. Like the Lord put me on the face of this earth September 6th, 1974. I'm telling all the business tonight for a purpose and on assignment. And so I'm here today because I believe that somebody under the sound of my voice is on the edge of their next level, but they need to maybe gain some of the perspective that I have gained along my journey. So, welcome. Just a little bit more about me now that you know my why. I want to share that I am on the road of and the heels of Southern University and A&M College, where I majored in civil engineering. I later pursued my MBA from the University of Phoenix. But it was not just about education, it was about elevation. Again, I spent 26 years as an engineer and leader in Fortune 500 companies across two, in the chemicals and in the financial sectors, where I've been building high performing teams, solving big problems across, global scale. But along the way, I also joined direct sales and spent about 15 years there building about a $2 million jewelry business, top ranking leader in that space. And that experience gave me insight into what it really means to build business from the ground up and to lead with heart while inspiring others to win. So for 13 years, I have been walking out the entrepreneur life, launching businesses, developing people, creating impact. I'm a certified coach. I am a distinguished Toastmaster and currently pursuing my doctorate in business administration. Every credential, every job, every business, they have all equipped me for this moment in time right now. The goods, the bads, the lows, the highs, all of it. I didn't just study success. I've lived the grind. I've survived the stretch. I'm surviving the stretch now. And I teach others how to rise as a result. God has truly allowed my journey to reach beyond the four walls of my businesses and touch platforms that I never imagined. From NBC to Amazon, from the National Society of Black Engineers to the Society of Women Engineers, my voice, my story, my mission, it has gained national attention. I've been honored to share insights on entrepreneurship, resilience, leadership, and faith, whether I was on the radio show like the Charvette Mitchell Show or featured in the U.S. Black Engineers 30 Under 30 success story. But let me be clear, this visibility did not come overnight. It came from saying yes when it was uncomfortable. It came from showing up even when it was hard and I was hurting inside, and staying rooted in the mission to help others unlock their potential. So, this is not about me. It's not about fame. It's about impact. Every platform that I step on is an opportunity to show another woman what is possible when she stays faithful to the assignment. In addition, my journey has allowed me to write a book, Recover, A Woman's Journey from Failure to Restoration, where I give the raw, unfiltered truth about my breakdowns, shame, setbacks, and just really how God brought me through every single one of them. And then later, I was a part of a collaborative called Pursue, which is a project that speaks to women chasing her dreams in business, life, and leadership. Nonetheless, all of that stuff doesn't matter. This right here, this is my true motivation. My party of seven. My greatest titles are not CEO, speaker, or coach. They are wife and mom. My husband, Roderick, in the middle, has been my anchor and partner in faith, life, and business. Our children from left to right, Roderick Jr., Ryan, London, and Randall. They've watched me rise, y'all. They've watched me fall. They've watched me get back up and build again. They have seen what resilience, grit, and faith look like in real time. They've seen every decision, good, bad, or ugly, that I've made with their future, though, in mind. And I do not just want to succeed, I want to leave a legacy, one that shows them what is possible when we walk boldly in purpose, trust God fully, and never give up. So, I'm going to pause. Thank you very much. I see some comments in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some of you have been knowing me for a long time. Janine's been knowing me a long time, and probably has witnessed some of this. So, who is this for tonight? This message, this movement, this moment, it's for the woman. The woman who is showing up every day, even when the numbers in her business are not adding up or the numbers in her bank account is not adding up. She's chasing a vision that is bigger than her bank account. It is for the leader who keeps everything together for everyone else. And on the outside, she looks golden, yet carries her own pressure in silence. It is for the entrepreneur, like staring at the bills. Y'all, staring at the bills, okay? They right here. And wondering, can I really keep this business going? For the dreamer who dares to build something meaningful with limited resources and relentless faith, this is for you. And it is for the woman who knows she is called to more, but just needs a little hope, a fresh strategy, maybe, and permission to pause, reset, and rise again. If that's for you, if you would, anybody, if you resonate with any of the five bullets on the screen right now, just type a two into the chat. Type a two into the chat if you resonate with anything I just put out there. Oh, I'm so glad to know I'm in a virtual room with others who feel me and get me. Well, guess what? Today's goal for you, your takeaway is to go from surviving to striving. Have a renewed connection to your why, your original purpose and passion. Have the courage and permission to pivot, even when the path is unclear or uncomfortable. I want you to walk away with a clear understanding that your numbers do not define your potential and that you'll use these 10 practical tips that I'm going to give you today to help you shift out of survival mode and move towards sustained growth. And then the reminder that resilience is a decision, it's a belief, not a personal trait. You are not alone. And remind you of the bold next step that you need to take in order to go from surviving to thriving. So, listen, you started the journey with purpose. Now, let's build it with power. I want you all to lean in and stay with me to the end. I have so much content tonight, y'all. Okay, a ton of content. We're gonna need every bit of the hour and a half that I said these webinars are tonight, because I promise you, I have an opportunity that could shift everything for you, whether you're in business, in leadership, or just trying to hold it all together. I have an offer for you that was created with you in mind. And it is not just an offer, it's actually a doorway to your next level. So stay tuned, take a lot of notes, and when the moment comes, I want you all to be ready. Okay? Deal? If that's a deal tonight, go ahead and type it to the chat of free. If you are okay with the offer that I have for you, and staying on here. Awesome. Thank you, Janine. Thank you very much. All right, Roger. Thank you, Regina. First off, this is me. I believe that everyone has what they need to lead in life, work, and community. I believe you have it all inside of you. I believe that every experience, good or bad, is for building the depth of character necessary to go to the next level. And for my faith filled Bible believing people, if you turn into your Bibles to Romans 5:3-5, that scripture supports this belief. I believe that God wastes nothing, that everything that we go through is necessary for building the depth that you need for what God has planned and ordained for your life. So when I share the experience with you tonight, because I'm unveiling the launch journey tonight. When I share this with you, I want you to understand that there's no failure in anything. It's only feedback. And in that feedback is growth. And the growth is necessary to go to the next level. Because if you don't grow where you are right now, you can't go to the next level. Like God's not going to open up everything and allow you to go to the next level that He has for you if you haven't learned the lessons right where you are right now in order to be successful at the next level. Because He doesn't want you to fail. How many of you know that God doesn't want us to fail, right? He doesn't want us to struggle and it be for naught. He wants us to have abundance and to thrive, right? And to be impactful. So you learn your lessons right where you are because they're needed for that next level that you're going. Okay? Launch Entertainment Park. How many of you? So I'm sure if you know already that I'm the co-owner of a trampoline park, go ahead and type a four into the chat. Co-owner of amazing entertainment park. Awesome. And Roderick is actually another owner. He's on here tonight. Thank you for showing up. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So let me just say, we founded and started the trampoline park. Roderick and I were actually talking when we moved to Richmond, Virginia back in 2014. And we were really trying to figure out what could we do. We knew we wanted to do something big and we wanted to make big impact where we reside. And so we actually bought a small home so that we had more dollars to work with, if you will. Right? Didn't have to be house poor. We could actually spend the money on doing big endeavors. And there were three things we wanted to do. Y'all ready for the three things? Number one, we wanted to create jobs for the economy, for the community. Okay. We wanted to create jobs for the community. Number two, we wanted to teach our children entrepreneurship firsthand, right? Roderick had a photography business. I had my coaching business, and then we worked our full-time jobs. And none of those things that we had going on, our children could actually participate in. So we wanted to start a business that the kids could be a part of. And then the third thing Roderick and I wanted to do was to bring a solution so that children could stop being so sedentary, that they could actually get moving and be physically fit. Okay. So remember, those are the three things that inspired us to start a business. Well, we knew friends in Delaware who owned a launch trampoline park. They looked like us. And so we were like, hey, what about that trampoline park? Why don't we bring that to Richmond? And so we, started asking some questions and we went to visit the corporate headquarters for Launch in Rhode Island. We took one of our friends along with us, he and his wife, and we all loved what we saw. We went back to our homes, our respective locations, Roderick and I back to Virginia. I prayed, I fasted, and God said, go. I'm like, go where, God? Well, go where? And he just kept saying, go. And so I took that as God said for us to do this business. And I shared with our partners, with Roderick and our other partner. And we started our journey to build this business. And we actually started the journey in 2015, trying to find a location, etc. And it just took a while. Okay. But one of the things that I want to step back on is when we started this journey, we started the journey based upon an influence by a man named Simon Sinek and the Golden Circle. If you've ever seen the Golden Circle, go ahead and type a five into the chat. This Golden Circle really changed the way I personally lead, and it was introduced to me by Roderick. Most people start with what they do. Some can explain how they do it, but very few start with why. And the most influential brands, leaders, and businesses, they begin from the inside out. They lead with purpose. They move with clarity. Okay. And so when someone asks these leaders, what do? They start from inside out, right? And at launch, our why is what we founded this place based upon our why. And our why is what helped us drive decision making. It's the lens from which we saw things or we looked at things, from how we hired people to how we served the community that we lived in. And that is why people do not just come to jump at our place, they come to connect, they come to belong, right? Because it's purpose before product. And that's the power of knowing your why. So here's our why. We believe that everyone should have an equal rights opportunity to an enjoyable and sustainable life. The way we advance that why, the how, is that we mentor, teach, and role model ethics, economics, and entrepreneurship. And then number two, we create memories that last a lifetime. The platform is the what? It's our facility, a 29,000 square foot facility with amazing attractions. It has 9 amazing attractions such as dodgeball, jump off wall, launch pad, laser tag, all the great things. And we have a full menu cafe. So Simon Sinek's perspective is that, hey, as you are going about as a leader, as an entrepreneur, is that you move from a place of why. So our why is simple, it's powerful. So this is not just a business, it's a platform for purpose, right? Your leadership role that you have is your what? Is your platform for purpose. Your business that you have is your platform for purpose, right? If you all are grounded on the golden circle and how to leverage the golden circle, go ahead and type A6 into the chat. Just want to make sure you're with me because I got a ton of content tonight. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Regina. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Davita. All right, so let's get going with the journey and the story of launch. So here is the real story behind the numbers. And this was supposed to transition, wasn't supposed to show you all the things at the same time. So you all follow me versus trying to read the slides. So here's the real story behind the numbers. We opened launch on December 29th, 2018 with the full vision, full of energy, full of purpose. We had 100 employees. We had the brand momentum going. We had a bold commitment to our why. We were not yet at break even, but we were growing, a year into the business. Okay. Then on March 14th, 2020, every single thing changed. That stinking COVID came. And it hit us. I mean, I feel like I got snuck, y'all. Like I was going about my business and somebody came and snuck me from behind. And like many small businesses, we had to close our doors. We furloughed our staff. We applied for the PPP and the EIDL and all the things that the government was offering. We negotiated with our bill collectors and just leaned into community partnerships during this time. It's like, how do we keep the business in the forefront of others even while we are closed? And so we started having private affairs. Getting with the chamber and offering, a big spacious area for them to continue to do events, right? Just really repurposing the facility. We never stopped advancing our why. Like we never stopped helping people have an enjoyable and sustainable life, even though the doors were closed to the public. But then by July 1st, 2020, we reopened under reduced capacity. We implemented safety protocols. We restructured our operations. We reduced our costs. We had a focus on high margin services like private events and birthday parties, private birthday parties, all the things. It was not easy, but it was necessary because some of those bills were still coming and still accruing, right? Even though the landlord said, hey, you don't have to pay the whole thing right now, pay me a portion. On the back end, the lease was still accruing. And when something is accruing on the back end, what's that called? What's happening? We're building what? Who knows the magic word? I'm going to keep going. I'd love to see you type it into the chat. And then on December 11th, 2020, you got it, Janine, debt. You got it. So we were going further and further and further into debt during this time. So December 11th, 2020, we relocated to Texas. And that brought even more shifts, right? Because we're now 1,600 miles away from our brick and mortar facility. If you look at it, it was only a couple of years old, right? Almost 2 years old. So it's still a baby. Most businesses don't really start becoming profitable until like year five, right? Really seeing the return on the investment. Okay. So this move really brought more shifts in our leadership, in our team morale. Our Google reviews started going, we started seeing some negative Google reviews. It also required a lot more owner injection and reinvestment just to keep the doors open and the payroll paid. But through every challenge, we have stayed committed. We kept evolving and we never let go of the reason we started. And in recent times, the park is still open for those that are wondering. And in recent times, I had to reevaluate, what does success look like? Sometimes we think success is about making money. Not necessarily. For me, God has shown me those three things that we said we wanted to do in the very beginning. You all remember those three things? Number one, create jobs for the economy. We've been able to give some jobs to people who would not have had a job if we didn't have our park, right? We still have people who've been with us since day one. And right, we've been able to teach young people how to be good employees so that when they go on the other side of our doors, they're a great employee to somebody else, or they're an entrepreneur. They know how to build their business, right? So the first thing is creating jobs for the economy. We could check there, put a checkbox there. The second thing, teach our children entrepreneurship firsthand. We can check that off. I have a son now who has his own tutoring business, right? And all of our children have an entrepreneurial spirit. Even if they don't have their own business, they're leaders. And then the third thing is to help our children not be sedentary. You'll see in some of the pictures, I think we could check the box on that too. So sometimes you have to step back and reassess what success looks like. Are you still really advancing your purpose and advancing your why into the world? So let me show you a little bit of the facility and kind of the 10 things that I've learned as a result of this experience and this journey. So this is our facility. I'm going to show you some pictures. You'll see it's a long hallway. It's a beautiful facility with arcades along the wall on the right and on the left, birthday party rooms. We have a full menu cafe. This is the cafe area, very spacious area. You'll see we have, open birthday party area, attractions. We have the Ninja Warrior obstacle course, the battle pit, one of my favorites, the long trampoline tumble tracks. We have a two-story arena, laser tag arena. This is actually my favorite attraction in there, right? We have the launch pad. We have dodgeball, and you'll see we have adults that play dodgeball too. Okay. So as you can see, it's an absolute amazing facility. If you think this facility is amazing, go ahead and type a 7 into the chat. My favorite number is 7. Type a 7 into the chat. Thank you. So, all of the things that I've shared, do you all want to know what I've learned personally from this experience? How to keep going even when the struggle is real? Because if you look at the timeline, the struggle's been from the beginning, right? How many of you see the struggle was from day one almost, right? Because we were barely a year old when COVID snuck us. All right, so here are the 10 things that I've learned. Number one, know who you are. Clarify your why. Your purpose is the compass that guides everything you do. Sometimes I would get so stressed out about whether we're going to meet payroll or um, are we going to be able to pay the loan or the lease that I would start to, um, I guess, transfer that pressure onto the team. And so getting back to the basics and focusing on the why would help me alleviate some of that pressure that I was putting on the team to be careful how they spend the money and, you know, check the labor every 30 minutes or every hour post labor, just all of the pressure, putting it on the team. And so being clear on your why is so important because when the going gets tough, you can redirect your focus and ask yourself the question, how am I advancing my why? What am I doing to keep that moving, even though all of this stuff is going on? Identify your strengths. No one energizes you and distinguishes you from everybody else, right? What are the things that you're good at doing? Do all of those things a lot. The things that you're not good at, that's what you delegate out to somebody else. And you want to operate in your strengths. You want to lead from your strengths and build systems and success around what you do best. You want to own your gifts, your skills, and your talents. You were equipped to make impact on purpose. And so, all of these first four bullets are what you need in order to make impact. If you aren't clear on why you're doing something and it doesn't have a human cause that you are supporting, you're going to get lethargic when the going gets tough. You're going to quit. So being clear on your why, your strengths, your gifts, your talents, and your abilities, and using that as the foundation and the pivot at the foundation and the pedestal for how you build your business is absolutely necessary. Then you can show up authentically, your real self in your greatest as a great asset in your greatest strength. You can stand in your power in confidence from alignment with truth, right? You know who you are. So I know God put me on this earth to do this, so I'm going to do it by any means necessary. And you stay anchored in your values. Integrity is your foundation. When you are aligned with your values, you attract other people, and then you're able to build foundations that leave legacies beyond you. So the first one is know your why. The second one, write the vision and make it plain. This is in Habakkuk. Gain clarity. Define exactly where you're going, what matters to you, right? What do you want? Set that target. Your vision provides something real to work towards, even in uncertainty, right? That vision is kind of the pie in the sky. It almost seems impossible and big, so big that you can't attain it, but you can if God gave it to you. Then you can align with what matters. Identify what is most important to you, right? Your mission and your community. For us at launch, it was about the community, it was about our children, right? It was about making a positive impact so that people could have a sustainable and enjoyable life, right? And imagine boldly. I misspelled that. Imagine boldly in a perfect world. What would your life, team, and impact look like? Who do you want to be on your team and by your side working through this? Your clear vision gives pain purpose and turns obstacles into stepping stone. I want to say that again. A clear vision gives pain purpose and turns obstacles into a stepping stone. So when it hurts so bad, you know you're on your way to something and there's a reason for it. And you just have to figure out how to overcome those obstacles. The next one is define a market need. Solve real problems with purpose. Sometimes we pick these grandiose ideas of what we're going to start and nobody wants it or need it. And we're wondering why we're not successful in our business. So it's really important for you to understand what gap does your product or service fill, right? Identify the pain points or the problems your solution addresses. What are the features and the transformational benefits of your business? And now, and I know I'm talking business right now, but this also translates and works for leaders as well, right? So, from a leadership standpoint, what are your features and transformational benefits of you being the leader of the team, the organization, the business, right? What's your competitive edge? Explain how you stand out in the marketplace clearly through your experience, through your service, through your innovation. Like, what's going to set you apart from others? For us, when we first opened, we thought we were golden because we had a Ninja Warrior obstacle course. And none of our other competitors had a Ninja Warrior obstacle course. So remember, we opened December 29th, 2018. In February, guess what? Our competitor shut down for a week and built a ninja obstacle course in their park. And so they started to, our park started to look just like theirs. And what I learned quickly is that we had to get crystal clear on who it is that we serve and what is our competitive advantage that we could utilize to promote to those people. And one of the things is our park is clean, right? Those pictures that you saw is still clean. Another one is we are more of a smaller age group, like middle school and younger. That's our audience because parents feel safe. Our open cafe allows people to look at the trampoline sitting down from the cafe, and so they feel comfortable, right? So those were our examples of our competitive edge that we utilize to promote the business. And then, of course, you need to know how are you going to make money. Define your business model, how you produce, deliver, market, and monetize your solution. People do not just buy products, they buy solutions, experiences, and transformation. Here's an example of another thing that we did to set ourselves apart. We partnered with a new mathnasium. They were just opening up in our area, opening up the franchise, and we partnered with them for math and junk night, right? Where people could come and do math, sit at the table, do some math, whatever, and then go play. Take a break after that and get a reward. Okay. The next one is know your ideal client. Serve with precision. Who has the problem that you solve? Where are they located? So you want to know not just their demographics, but know their needs. What do they look like demographically and behaviorally? Their age, their gender, their interests, their lifestyle, their values. Like we had to sit down. We couldn't just say this is for everybody. No, we needed to drill in because we not only had one competitor, we had a second, a third, and a fourth competitor come up into the area. And so it was so important for us to like just target, like go all in on who we serve and then speak the messages and the language that they could understand. So field trips became another thing that was really instrumental for us in surviving during this time. How much do they make? Right? We were a premium brand. Our birthday party packages were higher than our competitors. So we needed to go to the neighborhoods and market in those neighborhoods to get those people. Where do they hang out? How old are they? Where do they currently get solutions like yours? Where do they live or work? Who are other businesses that serve them? These are all of the things that are necessary for you to know, to define and know your ideal client. So I'm going to pause because I've given a lot so far. If you have picked up anything thus far, go ahead and give me something in the chat. One thing that you picked up so far being on this virtual session. And while you're doing that, I'll show you this too, Tyler time. Remember, I said we target those people. Thank you. Know and keep your why. We target people that are younger, right? Our competitors target the teenagers. They have more problems. So we handle those kids that are middle school and younger, birthday parties and meeting rooms. Anybody else picked up anything else? All right, here's another tip. Have a strong marketing plan. So when you think about marketing, there are one, two, three, four, five aspects to marketing. People do not buy product, they buy solutions and transformation. Thank you very much, Davita. Social media, digital, print, radio, and guerrilla marketing. So you'll notice here is that social media is spotlighted. And social media is great, but there's a whole lot to social media. And so it's so important. What I've learned is to hire someone who knows what they're doing. You can try it on your own for a little bit, but it's it's best to kind of get someone to help you here. It's low cost, it's high impact, and your direct line to your ideal customers. But here's the key. Do not just throw spaghetti at the wall. Be strategic. Know your message, know your audience, and be consistent on social media. Marketing is not optional. It is definitely a lifetime to your lifeline for your business. So Janine, that the name of that book is Start with the Why by Simon Sinek. Here's the next one. Digital. Digital marketing is another strategy that you would utilize. So, websites, email marketing, SEO, funnels, analytics, all of those things. Okay. Another one is print, right? We would pass flyers out. We would take our mascot and pass out passes at games and in the community. Um, Printing out those flyers and handing them out to people, leaving them at places of business, leaving them in our front, right? The key is to be intentional. Strong visuals, clear messaging, and always include a call to action. Okay, print marketing is not old school. It still works. It's strategic because you're putting your presence out there. Another one is radio and TV. Channels that still carry major influence. Now, radio and TV advertisement I found could be very expensive. So one of the things that that guy that you see right there, Mike King, I met him early on. He has a radio show and he would allow me to come on there with a trade. So I would be on the radio and he would get a birthday party that he can have for his grandson. So trading becomes another thing that works really well. Guerrilla marketing. So this is going out there into the streets, um, being in the presence of crowds, being in parking lots, giving out passes, letting people know that you exist. This is a way to disrupt the ordinary and just really get your brand out there to the community. We did this a whole year before we even opened so that people knew that it was coming. The next one is serve, don't sell. No one wants to be sold to, but everybody likes to be helped. No one likes to be sold to, but everyone likes to be helped. So always consider supporting a cause and don't do it like other people do it, right? Figure out what is it that you can do to help the community so that people not only they see you as a contributor to the community, and because of your heart and because of your support of them, you get more exposure. So what you see here is a supply drive. We've had school supply drives and we've had sneakers. The sneakers was a really good one too. We collected sneakers, gently used sneakers or brand new sneakers that allowed children who couldn't afford to have a new pair of sneakers going to their first day of school. So these kinds of things you also can do public a PSA about it or a press release and get free marketing, right? But as you think about serving, you come up with more creative ideas and you fill the gap that is needed. Know your differentiators and the problem they solve, right? Know what you have and how you can solve problems in the community to show them that you care. Okay. The next one is around building collaborative relationships. This guy, Mike King, I met him when I first got there. Christina, I see she's on tonight. I met her when I first got there, and they became just pillars and just instrumental in helping me go faster. So if you want to go fast, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you must go together with people. I heard Janine Gordy say that. She's on here now, right? And these people helped me go further. You'll see at the bottom where we partnered with a local university and they came and spoke to our team because part of our why is to mentor, teach, and role model the 3 E's with our staff. The key here around partnerships is to cultivate those relationships and be proactive in reaching out. Don't wait for them to come to you. You go to them. How can I serve you? How can we work together to help one another? Remember that you are not in this race by yourself, and you can be a resource to others by not keeping your knowledge to yourself. Practice building those relationships, and it's a win-win when you both are working together, not using people, right, but helping first, serving first, and then those people will help you back. Surround yourself with people who stretch you. The company you keep determines the attitude and the altitude that you'll reach. You don't want to do this thing alone. Build a team of people who can help your vision grow. So I'm going to pause. I thought I saw a hand. Okay, I didn't. Thoughts, anything picked up so far? I put down a lot. What have you picked up so far? Anything else? Oh, this one right here. Fire fast. Protect the vision, protect the team. This is one of the hardest lessons in leadership that I had to get over. I would keep poor performers around because I felt like I was helping them get a job, right? I was helping them and their family. And it turned out not to be such a great thing for the business overall. And God showed me after a while that I'm not people's savior, right? I'm not the one taking care of them. He is. And that when I release people from my place, it gives them an opportunity to walk into their destiny at another place. So keep in mind when someone is underperforming, thank you, Davita, be creative, strategic, and stay grounded in your why. When someone is underperforming, unaligned, or harming your culture, you cannot ignore it. Ignore it because poor performance compromises excellence and erodes the trust within the team. It's like a cancer that just kind of runs through your organization. And you're not obligated to carry people who no longer fit you. You're not doing them a favor or even yourself by holding on them too long. Keeping the wrong person in place blocks the right person from stepping in. It drains energy, it adds pressure to your high performers, and it just slowly chips away at the morale. Like when I go there sometimes, I can feel the downcast, right? When we have those leaders who are not really thriving and those leaders that are not leading well. The team feels it, and so does the community, right? That's where those bad Google reviews come from when the team starts to let things go because the leadership is allowing it, then what do you get? Google review that the bathrooms were nasty, right? Or whatever's happening. So keeping the wrong person in place is a block. And every delay in letting go is a cost. It's a cost to the brand, it's a cost to the culture, your vision. And hear it is, letting go is not rejection. It is redirection. Letting go is not rejection, it is redirection for them and for you. It frees both of you up to find alignment again. Great teams are built when everyone is committed, competent, and aligned with the vision. Protect that at all cost. Thank you. Some in the cultivate relationships and build a strong team. Thank you. Love that. Thank you, Chandra. All right. So here it is, the opportunity that I promised you from the beginning. You've been showing up here with me today. You've been writing in the chat, taking some notes, and I hope you've been reflecting deeply. And now it's time for you to act. I want to offer you something that will support you far beyond this presentation today. Something that meets you where you are, but refuses to let you stay stuck. Whether you are trying to breathe life back into your vision, whether you're trying to rebuild what feels broken or scale what you already have, this opportunity was created with you in mind. And I'm making it available to you today in a special way because you made the decision to be in this virtual room with me to invest in yourself. And so, are you ready for it? Type a yes into the chat if you're ready for the opportunity. Yes, yes, yes. Give me some love in the chat. I got one yes. Thank you. Thank you. Well, here it is. This is more than a conference. Elevate Her 2025 is an activation moment. I want to personally invite each of you to Elevate Her 2025 that is happening this September 5th and 6th at the Norris Conference Center in City Center, Houston, Texas. On Friday, we're going to be kicking off with an exclusive VIP activation experience where we're going to have intentional networking, expert panels, professional conversations with our speakers, and some surprises that you just don't want to miss. And then on Saturday, we go full out. We're going to have a high energy day filled with faith fueled and filled keynotes. We have a keynote coming from Delaware, Dr. Darielle Jervy Harmon. She's going to open us up with a powerful message. We've already been talking about it. I've ordered some things because she's going to have a prop that she's using that everybody's going to be using. You're going to have strategic access to knowledge and information that you wouldn't normally have. And most of all, a community of like minded people who will stretch you and pour into you. You will not just be attending a conference, you're going to be stepping into a room full of momentum, clarity, and connections to help you elevate your purpose, your business, and your leadership. So, this is for career professionals and entrepreneurs. You're going to walk away with practical tools. You're going to walk away surrounded by new high achieving women and experts who are ready to pour into you. You're going to walk away with clarity, confidence, and cash flow from the information that's shared with you. You're going to leave recharged, refocused, and fully ready to own your next level because at Elevate Her, we're not just talking about purpose, we are activating it. So here's the investment. The general admission is $279. The VIP activation experience is $99. This is also going to give you priority seating on Saturday. We do have a total conference fee of $378 with payment plans available for you. But let me be clear, you're not just buying a ticket, you're actually making a decision to invest in the next level. You are choosing to surround yourself with power, purpose, and strategy. And what you're going to gain? Clarity, confidence, and connection. So if you're ready, are you ready to step forward and claim what is already waiting for you? If so, you have a 24-hour special offer because you showed up today. So for the next 24 hours, you can get $99 off of your ticket. So only $279. So essentially, you're getting the VIP Friday activation experience completely free. So that's going to include all of the wonderful things on Friday, plus the premium seating on Saturday and its exclusive sessions with the keynotes, all of the goodness if you use this coupon code Elevate at the checkout on elevatehertickets.com. Again, this offer expires in 24 hours. And once it's gone, it's gone. If this sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and type yes into the chat. Yes into the chat if this sounds like something you are interested in. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to my 10 tips. I just have a couple of more, two more, this one and another one. I love it. Yes, Regina is in. Christina, yes, she's in. Christina's flying in from Virginia. Yes, 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 yes. All right. The next one, this one right here, Janine is flying in. She's actually a speaker. I'm going to give you an opportunity to say hi to Janine. She's flying in from Delaware. So this one is very personal to me. Put your name on it. I built something from ground up. From blueprints to the business license to building the culture, it's personal for me. I always tell the team if you're cleaning the bathrooms, you want to be able to put your name on it. So when you walk away from the bathroom, you're okay if somebody said, LaShawana cleaned that toilet. It's done so well that you feel proud. And that is what this is about for me, operating in a standard of excellence, whether someone is watching you or not. It is about unshakable integrity and consistency, making hard decisions and showing up when it's uncomfortable, doing the right thing, even when no one is clapping. Because how many of you know that no one was clapping when we were struggling trying to pay the lease or pay the bills, right? But we knew that it was more to it than that. Leaders do not wait to be told. We see the need and then we move, right? We see the dirt on the floor and we clean it up. Or we see a whole bunch of women are losing their jobs and we start a nonprofit for displaced women, right? We see the need and we move to go and solve the problem. And when it is all said and done, you should be able to say that work, that team, that business, I can say, I can sign my name on it, right? No shortcuts, no excuses, because you are the face of your brand. When you walk out of your door, every day that you go outside, right? How you dress, how you carry yourself, how you respond to the cashier at the cash register. This is a tough lesson for me, right? Because I'm like, how am I going to be saying I'm all this, but yet I'm being rude to the cashier? Right? Whether you are a business owner, employee, or a leader in your home, you want to be able to put your name on it because you're the brand. And if you are looking for an example of excellence, because sometimes, you know, excellence is relative. Not everybody sees excellence the same, but I want to challenge you to think about who inspires you. Like, who inspires, who, if you look at that person, like, man, they're excellent, they're phenomenal, then that becomes your model. You want to understand what do they do consistently that sets them apart, and then model it, and then elevate it. You take it to the next level. And with that in mind, I'm going to shift to my last and final one. Finances are critical. Let me be clear. You cannot thrive in business or career without getting a firm grip on your finances. This right here can be the line between survival and legacy. So in the beginning, so when you're opening up like a brick and mortar and you're interested, or just when you're opening up a business, right? There's this owner equity injection. That is your buy-in into your business. That's your skin in the game. It's the capital that you put in first. The part that says, I believe in this enough to back it with my own resources, right? Whether it's a small business, a new product, or your next level brand, no investor will take you seriously if you have not invested in yourself first. Okay, so owner's equity injection is key. The second one is working capital. This is the fuel that keeps your vision moving. This is the fuel that keeps your business operating. And you need to know, what are your operational costs? right? What are the day-to-day expenses required to run your business? No guesses, no feelings, just facts. Do you have enough inventory or assets to deliver at the level you are promising? Your working capital is utilized for your inventory. Your debt management. Are you managing your debt well, or is it silently suffocating your growth? Your working capital cares for your debt. And then your revenue collection. Because faith is great, but cash flow is queen, okay? You want to make sure that you're having enough working capital to keep the business going. So, in all honesty, when we first started our business, we did not know all of this, and we did not have enough working capital to help us survive. In fact, we did not have enough working capital for more than a couple of months. We didn't really know what we were doing. So when we got our SBA loan, when we got the small working capital, that working capital ran out in I think in the first couple of months, the working capital ran out. And so then guess what? If you don't have this bucket of working capital, right, to help fund your business and fuel your business in the very beginning for the first year, where do you think the money has to come from? Either two places, revenue or your pocket, your bank account. Well, guess where it came from? Our bank account. And so we ended up having to put more owners' equity injection into this business, to keep it going to the tune of almost $1 million from our household budgets and our household income. So while we're still trying to move forward with the mission and the why, the business was just draining us financially. And so I shared this last point with you because before you go into any business endeavor, make sure that you have analyzed from the inside out what finances you are going to need to start it, build it, sustain it, and leave a legacy of impact. It takes financial wisdom, financial strategy, and stewardship in order to run your business. So if you're ready to thrive financially, then you can get going. So here's a recap. Number one, know who you are. Number two, write the vision and make it plain and run with it. Number three, define a market need and solve it. Number four, know your ideal client and speak their language right where they are. Number five, have a strong marketing plan. Number six, serve, don't sell. No one likes to be sold to, but everyone wants to be helped.
Okay.
Number seven, build collaborative relationships and partnerships. Number eight, fire fast. Protect the vision, protect the team. Number nine, finances are critical. And number 10, put your name on it. Last but certainly not least, pray and trust God. Trust God through it all because He will give you the guidance and the direction that you need in order to keep going. He'll let you know when to shut it down or when to keep it going. Now that you've heard our story and seen the top 10 things that I've personally learned through this experience, what was your biggest aha from today's session? Think about 3 immediate actions you need to take to help you in your entrepreneur or your leadership journey. And who will you share your intentions with? Who's going to hold you accountable to make it happen? And then lastly, sign up for Elevate Her 2025 by going to elevatehertickets.com, type elevate into the chat, and let's put the vision into motion. Your next level is waiting. I've created a launch pad for you so that you can activate. Any questions? Any comments? I want to leave you with this simple truth. Focus on the mission and the money will follow. Your calling is too critical to be driven by profit alone. Let Purpose, let your why guide you. Let the impact that you make on others fuel you. The revenue is the result of alignment and authentic service to humanity. The image you see here, this is joy in motion. That is what it looks like when you build something that creates moments, memories, and meaning for others. So today I challenge you. Will you walk away motivated or activated? Will you walk away inspired or not? Will you shrink back or step up? Your mission is waiting. Your next level is calling you, and community needs what you can offer them. Everybody has what they need inside of them to lead in life, work, and community. All experiences, good or bad, are necessary for building the depth and character that will take you to your next level. Thank you for being here and for leaning.